Yes, sir.
Yeah, you going QB.
Ready, Clement? Yes. Are you ready? Ready? All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Windsor Park Stadium. Welcome to the start of the fourth edition, the player draft for the fourth edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. My name is Garvin Richards. We'll just quickly introduce the panel here today. We have the President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Masler, First Vice President, Mr. Jamie John Baptist, and we have other committee members, Kurt Samuel, David Johnson, and of course the Secretary, Dana Matthew. I'd like to say good afternoon to all of the franchises here this present, the Valley Hikers, T2 Gorge Splashers, the Indian River Rowers, the Barana Ute Warriors, Champion Reef Divers, and the Sari Sari Sunrisers. Well, we're about to get things ready for the fourth edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. Comes up on the 9th of December right here at Windsor Park. But before we can get to play the cricket, we have to find out who will be the guys on the respective teams. So this is what we're going to be doing this afternoon with the player draft. Before we get into anything about, selecting the players, let's just begin with a word of prayer. And we'd like to invite Mr. Jamie John Baptist to lead us in prayer. And I'd also like to invite everyone to stand.
Dear Father, as we come before you this afternoon, we ask that you guide and protect us, guide and protect each and every one of us in here. Those who are on their way traveling, we ask for the traveling mercies, Father. We ask that each body may get as close to what they want during the draft, and this process may be as smooth and amicable as possible. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. John Baptist. We now invite the President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Masler, to just give the welcome remarks.
Good afternoon to those present in the room. Good afternoon to those viewing online. Good afternoon to the members of the DCA and the Dream 11 committee. Special note, although he's absent, we know that he's there in spirit, the cricket operations officer, who is also the second Vice President, Mr. Liam Sebastian, and our treasurer as well, Jesse Badwill, both of these gentlemen being unable to be present with us in person. I want to also thank our partner, Vibian TV, for coming on board and ensuring that whatever we do is out in the public. And again, kudos to you all, everyone who made the special effort to being here. We braved the weather. We were able to adjust our plans as it was initially carded for yesterday, but I want to again thank the management and staff of the various franchises who showed the commitment and showed dedication to purpose. And I'm wishing that this tournament continue to grow from strength to strength. It would not only be because of the efforts of Dominica Cricket Association, but we all acknowledge that the franchises and the management staff have a critical role to play, and I want to again applaud you publicly for being there and being committed to purpose. As we're going through the draft, I wish everyone the best possible outcome, and at the end of the day, that cricket would be victorious as we look forward to improving our sport and improving our efforts on island. And as the Dream 11 T10 tournament offers great opportunity for us. We just look forward to having many of our corporate sponsors coming on board and joining part of the process in really moving the sport forward. But not only that, to be able to market the product that is homegrown, the talents that we have, and to offer opportunities for the younger ones coming up. So again, I want to wish everyone well today, and I am thankful and grateful for the commitment shown and the effort that has been displayed thus far, and that speaks well for us as a cricketing fraternity, and we can only move to improve. This year we have new additions to and changes to teams. I also want to personally welcome Mr. John Fabian, who is one of the newest coaches for our franchise, and we look forward to great input as well in the game. Valley Hikers themselves being the champions, I hope that you can continue the effort. But I want to also single out the owner of T10 God Splasher, who makes it a point of duty to be here today, and we want to thank you again.
Paid in that assignment bracket. Teams will pick their assigned slots, and the teams, of course, you have 90. The defending champions, Kevin James, the Indian River Rowers, Cavem Hodge, Jelani Robinson for the T2 Gorge Splashers. For the Champagne Reef Divers is Alec Athanase, Tyrone Theophil for the Sari Sunrisers, and Gian Benjamin for the Barana OT Warriors. Now, like we said, each franchise had one overseas base player pre-selected for them. The Barana OT Warriors, Shadrach Descartes, Kofi James for the Sari Sunrisers, Royston Primus for the Champagne Reef Divers, Aaron Jones, T2 Gorge Splashers, Ryan John for the Indian River Rowers, and the Valley Hikers, Rishon Williams. Now we'll head straight into the player draft, and for round one, the Sari Sunrisers, you're on the clock, you have 90 seconds. Who's going to be your pick? So let's mention it. All right, so with the first pick in the 4th edition player draft for the Dream 11 HIL T10 tournament, the Sari Sunrisers have selected Kurshaski John Lewis with the first pick in this year's draft. Now, with the first pick already selected, this puts the T2 Gorge Splashers on the clock. You have 90 seconds. With the second pick, or that should be the first pick for the T2 Gorge Splashers, second pick overall, the Splashers have selected Gidron Pope, overseas based player. This now brings the Champagne, no, that should be the Barana OT Warriors on the clock. And with their first pick this afternoon, the Barana OT Warriors have selected Stephen Natram, overseas-based player. This now brings the Champagne Reef Divers on the clock. The Champagne Reef Divers with their first pick have selected Cheyenne Brathwaite, overseas base player from Barbados. This now brings the Indian River Rowers on the clock with their first pick in round number 1. Indian River Rowers with their first pick have selected Shofran Ramsarup. He's a player from Trinidad. All right, so with that selection, that now brings the Valley Hikers, the defending champions, to close off round number 1. And the Valley Hikers, with their pick, have selected Micah Joseph. So Micah Joseph will be moving from the Champagne Reef Divers to the Valley Hikers in this 4th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. All right, we're heading straight into round number 2. And with the first pick in round number 2, we will have the Indian River Rowers. Indian River Rowers, you have 90 seconds. And the Indian River Rowers, with their second pick, have selected Taj Tavernier. Now it's time for the Valley Hikers for their second pick in round number 2. The Valley Hikers, with their pick, have selected Vincent Lewis. So Vincent Lewis will have a new home in the 4th edition of this tournament. For the past 3 editions, he played for the Indian River Rowers. And now he's going to be plying his trade for the Valley Hikers. Champagne Reef Divers, you're next on the clock. And the Champagne Reef Divers, with their pick in round number 2, have selected Jasion Alexander. So Barana Ute Warriors, you're next in round number 2. The Barana Ute Warriors, with their pick, have selected Gillon Tyson. And this now means that the Sari Sunrisers are next with the 5th pick in round number 2. The Sari Sunrisers, they've selected Dion Burton with their pick in round number 2. And with the final pick in round 2, it's now for the T2 Gorge Splashers. So with the final pick in round number 2, the T2 Gorge Splashers have selected Kazimi Benjamin. So now we're going to quickly move into round number 3, and the T2 Gorge Splashers will have the first pick in round number 3. And with the first pick in round number 3, the T2 Gorge Splashers have selected Jed Joseph. This now puts the Barana Ute Warriors on the clock with the second pick in round number 3. And with their second pick in round number 3, the Barana Ute Warriors have selected Sherlon George. On the clock now for pick number 3 in round 3 is the Sari Sunrisers. With the third pick in round number 3, the Sari Sunrisers have selected Ray Jordan. Ray Jordan, third pick for the Sari Sunrisers. Now it's time for the Champagne Reef Divers with the 4th pick in round number 3. And with the 4th pick in round number 3, the Champagne Reef Divers have selected Brian Joseph. So Brian Joseph moves from the defending champions, Valley Hikers, and he will play with the Champagne Reef Divers in this edition of the tournament. Valley Hikers, you're next on the clock with the 5th pick in round number 3. So the Valley Hikers, with their pick in round 3, they've selected Delani Alexander. And now the Indian River Rovers, you're now on the clock with the final pick in round number 3. And with the final pick in round 3, the Indian River Rowers have selected Lee Louisi. So Lee Louisi moves to the Indian River Rowers. Last edition he was playing for the Champion Reef Divers. No? Oh, second edition. My apologies. So he's staying. He's staying. Okay. So that brings us to the end of round number 3. And we'll now start round number 4. The Valley Hikers have the first pick in the 4th round. And with the 4th pick, well, that should be the first pick in round number 4. I'm not too sure if the T2 Gorge Splashers would appreciate this pick, but the Valley Hikers have selected Malachi Zave with the first pick in round number 4. Malachi, as we know, played for the Splashers in the last edition, and now he's going to be with the defending champions. Up next on the clock are the Indian River Rowers with the second pick in round number 4. So with the second pick in round 4, the Indian River Rowers have selected Jean-Philippe Barry. With that selection, this now brings the Champion Reef Divers on the clock with the third pick in round number 4. We're moving by very quickly this afternoon. So with the third pick in round number 4, the Champion Reef Divers have selected Courtney Ansem. So Courtney Ansem has a new home in the 4th edition. He's been a stalwart for the Barana Ote Warriors. Now he's going to be playing for the Champion Reef Divers. This now brings the Barana Ote Warriors on the clock with the 4th pick in round number 4. With the previous pick, I just looked at Gian Benjamin. I could see he was watching the Champion Reef Divers cross-eyed. They took one of his better players, in Courtney Ansem. Anyway, so the Barana Ote Warriors, with their pick, they have selected Kamal Hamilton. So Kamal Hamilton, or sometimes we call him Mate, he's going to be playing for the Warriors. Up next, we have the Sari Sari Sunrisers with the 5th pick in round number 4. Sari Sari Sunrisers with the 5th pick in round number 4 have selected Savio Ansem. Savio Ansem was with the T2 God Splashers last season. He was among the top wicket takers in the tournament. And now he's going to be with the Sari Sunrisers. So with the final pick now in round number 4, it's the T2 God Splashers, and you have 90 seconds. Well, the Splashers are not wasting any time at all. So the T2 God Splashers, with the final pick in round number 4, have selected Kyron Phillip. So that brings us to the end of round 4. And we'll move quickly into round number 5. And round number 5, the Sari Sunrisers will have the first pick. So remember, we have 90 seconds for your pick. So with the first pick, round number 5. The Sari Sunrisers have selected Junior Gervais with the first pick in round number 5. T2 God Splashers, you're on the clock now with the second pick in round 5. With the second pick in the 5th round, T2 God Splashers, they're selecting Jelani Joseph. So both Joseph brothers will be with the T2 God Splashers. And now that brings the Barano OT Warriors on the clock with the third pick in round number 5. So with the third pick in round 5, the Barano OT Warriors have selected Dylan Joseph, or Dylan Joseph. Dylan Joseph, the third pick in round number 5. Indian River Rowers, you're next with the 4th pick in the 5th round. And with the 4th pick in the 5th round, Indian River Rowers have selected Daniel Dupini. So we're moving by very quickly. Let's move to the 5th pick, and that will be the Champagne Reef Divers. You have 90 seconds. So with the 5th pick in round number 5, the Champagne Reef Divers have selected Yawani Regis. And this now brings the Valley Hikers on the clock with the final pick in the 5th round. And with the final pick in round number 5, the Valley Hikers have selected Edmund Moranci. So that brings us to the end of the 5th round. And we're heading straight into the 6th round. And the Champagne Reef Divers, you're up first with the first pick in round number 6. So with the first pick in the 6th round, the Champagne Reef Divers have selected Shaheem Caesar. So Shaheem Caesar for the Champagne Reef Divers. Valley Hikers, you're next with the second pick in round number 6. All right, so the Valley Hikers with the second pick in round number 6 have selected Jason Lamoff. All right, so up next we have the Indian River Rowers with the third pick in round number 6. And with the third pick in round number 6, the Indian River Rowers have selected Dr. Navin Patel. Right, so we're moving quickly along. We're into the 4th pick in round number 6. And the T2 Gold Splashers have selected Joel Dura. Joel Dura, the 4th pick for the T2 Gold Splashers. Barana Ote Warriors, you're next with the 5th pick. With the 5th pick in round number 6, the Barana Ote Warriors have selected Jamie James. So we have one more pick in round number 6. That belongs to the Sari Sunrisers. And with the final pick in round number 6, the Sari Sunrisers have selected Tyrese Libla. So that brings us to the end of the first 6 rounds. We're going to take a short break, 5-minute break, and we will be back with the resumption of the draft. See you then. All right, everyone, so welcome back to the player draft for the 4th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. Before we head into round number 7, we have some housekeeping matters to deal with. The Sari Sunrisers earlier on had selected Ray Jordan with one of their picks, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he's going to have to be replaced. And the Sari Sunrisers, they've selected Navin Stewart to replace Ray Jordan. So Navin Stewart will be replacing Ray Jordan for the Sari Sunrisers. Let's move now into round number 7, as we're moving by very quickly this afternoon. Barana Ote Warriors, you have the first pick in round number 7. So with the first pick in round number 7, the Barana Ote Warriors have selected Mervyn Matthew. Sari Sunrisers, you're now on the clock with the second pick in round number 7. With the second pick in round 7, Sari Sunrisers have selected Jason Vidal. With that selection, it now means that the T2 Gorge Splashers are next in round number 7 with the third pick. And with the third pick in round 7, the T2 Gorge Splashers have selected Lex McGlaw. So Valley Hikers, you're next with pick number 4 in round number 7. With the 4th pick in round number 7, the Valley Hikers have selected Kine George. So Kine George has been selected by the Valley Hikers. Indian River Rowers, you're next with your pick in round number 7. And with their pick in round number 7, the Indian River Rowers have selected Lawrence Wilshire with their pick, the 5th pick in round number 7. Now for the final pick in round 7, the Champagne Reef Divers. And with the final pick in round number 7, the Champagne Reef Divers have selected Kimron George. So that's 7 rounds completed. We're moving quickly into round number 8. And with the first pick in round number 8, we'll await the Indian River Rowers. And we're going to have a very short wait because they've already handed me the pick. With the first pick in round number 8, the Indian River Rowers are selecting Ethan Doctorow. Champion Reef Divers, you're next on the clock with your pick for round number 8. And the Champion Reef Divers with the second pick in round 8 are selecting Jovan Raphael. This now brings the Valley Hikers on the clock. So the Valley Hikers with the third pick in round number 8 are selecting Ajanim Tavernier. And with that selection, the Sari Sunrisers are next with the fourth pick in round number 8. And that pick is already here. With the fourth pick in round number 8, the Sari Sunrisers are selecting Neal Payne. This now means that the T2 Gorge Splashers are on the clock with the fifth pick in round number 8. And it's already here. So with the fifth pick in round number 8, T2 Gorge Splashers are selecting John Matthew. So John Matthew has been selected by the T2 Gorge Splashers. And now the Brana Ute Warriors, we await your pick, the final pick, in round number 8. And with the final pick in round number 8, the Brana Ute Warriors have selected Oswald George. So that brings us to the end of the 8th round. We're moving quickly into the 9th round. T2 Gorge Splashers, you're on the clock with the first pick in the 9th round. You can see the splashers are doing some deliberations, just making sure that everything is okay. All right, so moving along, round number 9, first pick. And the T2 Gorge Splashers have selected Elton Mark with the first pick in round number 9. Brana Ute Warriors, you're next with your pick in round number 9. With the second pick in round number 9, the Brana Ute Warriors have selected Clemenson Libla. And with that pick, it's time for the Sari Sunrisers with their pick in round number 9. And the Sari Sunrisers, with their pick in round number 9, have selected Delroy Liverpool. Up next, we're going to have the Champion Reef Divers. You have 90 seconds to make your pick. And the Champion Reef Divers, with the 4th pick in round number 9, have selected Darren Tusa. Darren Tusa will play for the Champion Reef Divers. Valley Hikers, the defending champions, you're next with your pick in round number 9. And with the 5th pick in round number 9, the Valley Hikers have selected Alvinson Jolly. And now we await the final pick in round number 9, and that goes to the Indian River Rowers. And with the final pick in round number 9, the Indian River Rowers have selected Shaquem Thomas. Shaquem Thomas, the final pick in round number 9. And we're moving now to round number 10. Valley Hikers, you are on the clock with the first pick in round number 10. With the first pick in round number 10, the Valley Hikers have selected Curvel Marie. This now brings the Indian River Rowers on the clock with their pick for round number 10. And the Indian River Rowers, with their pick, the second pick in round number 10, are selecting Sherwin Lavassier. This means now that that should be the Champion Reef Divers, are on the clock for their pick in round number 10. And the Champion Reef Divers, with their pick, have selected Cody Peltier. Brother Oti Warriors, you're next with the 4th pick in round number 10. With the 4th pick in round number 10, the Barana Oti Warriors have selected Owen Burton. We're now waiting for the Sari Sunrisers with the 5th pick in round number 10. So with the 5th pick in round number 10, the Sari Sunrisers have selected Rick James. And now that leaves the T2 Gold Splashers with the final pick in round number 10. And with the final pick in round number 10, T2 Gold Splashers have gone with Old Faithful, Vivian Tit. So this brings us to the end of round number 10, and we're moving quickly into the final round. The final round. So, sorry, Sunrisers, you're going to have the first pick in the final round. So the Sari Sunrisers, with their final pick in round 11, have selected Amiel Gilbert. T2 Gold Splashers, you're next with your final pick in this draft. And the T2 Gold Splashers with their final pick, and I've been told that's the owner's pick, Bryce Robinson. So this means that the T2 Gold Splashers, real family connection, father owned by the father, captain, nature boy by the first son, and now another son, Bryce Robinson, will feature for the T2 Gold Splashers. Brother OT Warriors, you're next with your final pick in round 11. The Brana OT Warriors, with their final pick, have selected Fabian Benjamin. Now we have the Indian River Rovers with their final pick in this year's Players Draft. And the Indian River Rovers, with their pick, have selected Jerry Ogis. So we have 2 more picks to go. Champagne Reef Divers, you're next on the clock. The Champagne Reef Divers, with their final pick, have selected Sebastian Brumant. The Champagne Reef Divers, with their final pick, have selected Sebastian Brumant. And now the Valley Hikers will have the final pick in the player draft. And I know traditionally the last pick has always been Clement Basler. So let's see who's going to be the final pick in this year's players draft. Well, with the last pick, the Valley Hikers have selected Desron Maloney with their final pick in the competition. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the player draft for the 4th edition of the Dream 11 HIL T10 tournament. Of course, you can look out for the drafts, the players, on the Dominica Cricket Association's Facebook page very shortly. We'll have that information posted for you. I think we'll have some final words from from the president of the, well, before we get the final words from the president of the Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Masler, we'll invite a representative from each team just to come up and say a few words about their selections. We're going to invite a member from each franchise just to come up and say a few words about their selection and their team. So we will start this way with the Indian River Rowers. So Augustine Beno Pascal, could you just come up? Could you just have a loud there for... So for the purpose of the camera, of course, we're going to invite each of the players, representatives from the players to come up, just to have a quick chat. So we're starting with the Indian River Rowers, and with us we have the player coach, the coach of the Indian River Rowers, Augustine Beno Pascal. Beno, a quick word on your selections, and what do you make of your team this time around?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty satisfied. I think both manager and myself pretty satisfied with how we ended up in the draft. You know, most times you never feel 100%, you know, in the players that you plan to select. But I thought we ended up well. We were able to put a well-balanced team together, or squad, and we look forward to doing well in the competition.
A quick word on your overseas-based selections. Quite a surprise there with one of them.
Yeah, most definitely. It seems as if it was an unknown commodity there, but it's somebody that is very similar, brings to the table very similar to what, remember we used to have Natron as part of our franchise for a number of years. And for the last two editions, yeah, and Ramsup is bringing something very similar to what Natron was bringing. So we're pretty comfortable with that.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Augustine Beno Pascal. And we'll quickly invite a representative from the T2 Gold Splashers. The captain and nature boy is making his way. That's Jelani Robinson. Jelani Robinson, your thoughts on the player draft?
It's a very interesting draft today. I enjoyed it. I think it was clear that all the teams, did their homework, and I just think, it's making up for an exciting tournament.
You've picked two big openers. One was pre-selected for you. That was Aaron Jones. Gidron Pope also is going to join your lineup. So how does this affect or, play a role in terms of the makeup of your team, in terms of balance?
No, anything we do in the draft is because we were calculated already. So we're quite aware of what we're going to approach the tournament, and we know exactly where everybody's going to fit in. So I think from the batting point of view, we just wanted to strengthen the batting. We know for the past few tournaments, we haven't had enough guys put up their hand in our batting order. So we wanted to make sure this tournament, we strengthen that. But I'm pretty comfortable with the makeup.
All right. Thank you very much, Jelani Robinson. And we'll quickly have a representative of the Valley Hikers come up just to give us a little bit of insight into their team selected. And we have the guy who wears many caps for the Valley Hikers, Kevin James. Kevin, quick word on your squad.
Yeah, we're satisfied with what we got at the draft. I think that bringing back 6 of the guys that were with us last year will prove to really lend some experience in the team, I think with this kind of cricket, it's all about team unity and having the batting ability to battle 10. So we're satisfied with what we have, and we're looking forward to the competition.
A quick word on some of the guys you've brought in. Vincent Lewis, for example, you've managed to get him away from the Indian River Rowers. Overall, we all know what Vincent brings to the squad, but in terms of the other players that you were able to bring in, a quick word on them.
Yeah, well, we know Vincent has had a very good T10 competition over the last 3 editions, and we're looking for him to play a very important role for us, especially with the new ball and his hitting ability at the end. We also got Micah Joseph as well. No one can can second guess Micah's ability. So we're looking forward to these two, especially with the others that we have that we know that we can just move around. Malachi Xavier, again, another talent. We have seen him at the top for the splashes in the past. So we're looking forward to it, and we know that the guys, once we are in a right environment, will do well.
Thank you very much, Kevin James. Let's quickly move along and invite a member now of the Sari Sunrisers just to share a few words with us. And making his way to the podium is the head coach, Sam Kernon. Sari Sunrisers, of course, nature boy, Tyrone Theophile. But Sam, what did you make of the player draft this afternoon?
I thought we had an excellent player draft this afternoon. All the players that we really wanted. We virtually got all the players that we wanted. We got a lot of youth and experience. And I'm really elated to say that we have Nevin Stewart coming to Dominica. He's from Tobago. He's been playing T10 cricket around the world, and he has a lot of experience. And hopefully the experience will rub off on the rest of the boys.
You've really strengthened your bowling. For example, you've gotten Savio Amsem, one of the leading wicket takers last edition. And of course, you have the same guys like Jason Vidal, who did very well last year for you guys. So Kofi James as well. Quick word on them.
Well, we expect them to come back and do a lot better than we did last year. I think the last edition, we were just basically, we had a very inexperienced team. So this time, I want to win the tournament. So I'm going all out with senior, with a sprinkling of youth.
All right, and with Tyrone Theophile and, of course, Koshowski, John Lewis, two veteran guys in your squad.
Yes, we can't really complain. I think we got a winning formula this time. I never talk early, but I'm talking it now.
All right, thank you very much, Sam Kernon. A representative from the Champagne Reef Divers, and this representative will be Phoenix Thomas, the head coach. And Phoenix, a quick word on your team. Of course, Alec Anthony is your nature boy, and a lot will be resting on him, but you've picked some other guys. Quick word on as to the thought process behind the selection.
Well, I mean, we've done 3 editions, and we've given guys opportunities, and some guys have really put up their hands when they were called upon. So what I did is just to continue showing the faith in some of the guys, and I'm bringing in some experienced guys, in people like Sebastian Brumant and young Cody Peltier, who his energy last year really did a lot for us. So all in all, it's a nice blend of players. We have Cheyenne Brathwaite from Barbados. So you struggled with pronouncing his name, yeah. But if you go on the Barbados cricket page, you will see that he's as good as Jimbo and Lenico combined. So we believe in the people that we've selected, and that we believe that we can go very deep, if not win this edition.
And you've gotten some good all-rounders in the draft, if Brian Joseph and Kutney Ansem as well.
Well, these are guys who pleaded to ensure that I selected them. So I just kept the faith again in them. Brian, as we know, and Kutney are 2 of our very good all-rounders on island. So it's just keeping the faith in guys, ensuring that they're happy. And once they're happy, I know they will deliver.
All right, thank you very much, Phoenix Thomas, the head coach of the Champagne Reef Divers. Now for the Barana Oti Warriors. And making his way to the podium, the head coach, the newly installed head coach, John Fabian. You can see that he's struggling a bit, probably picked up an injury last time. But John Fabian, first of all, congratulations on being the new head coach for the Barana Oti Warriors. A quick word on your team selected this afternoon.
Well, basically, we are very comfortable with the team that we got to select. We got to select 80 to 90% of the guys we originally had in mind. So we're confident that we have a solid team, and we're looking forward to the tournament.
All right, last edition you had guys like John L. Eugene, Junior Henry. They're not around this time around, but you've gotten some other guys to replace them.
You know, we've got guys like Sajak and these guys have been doing well in regional tournaments, and we're confident that we have good replacements, and we're ready to take the Barana Oti franchise to the championship.
Okay, in terms of the bowling experience, we've seen the guys like Gillan Tyson, most likely will be the spearhead of that attack.
Yeah, we have Gillan with all his experience, but we also were able to steal away Jamie James from the Valley Hikers, and he has been doing well throughout the past tournaments, and we are confident in our bowling attack, and we are looking to take on any battle lineup.
All right, well, thank you very much, John Fabian. And that brings us to the end of the interviews, as we heard from each of the franchises, their thought process behind their selections this afternoon. For final words, we'll just have the president or the vice president, first vice president, I should say, of the Dominican Cricket Association, Jamie James, to give the closing remarks as we draw the curtains down on the player draft for the 4th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. Jamie John Baptist.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody, once again. We just like to say thanks to everybody for turning up there this afternoon. We appreciated the presence of the 6 franchise with the respective managers and coaches. Just want to take the opportunity to say all the best to all the teams. May the best team win. And at the end of the tournament, we're just looking for one goal in common to better our cricket and to put forth a very attractive product so we could have a next edition in the very immediate future. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Jamie John Baptist. So that brings us to the end of this player draft for the 4th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. Remember, check out the Dominica Cricket Association's Facebook page for all the information related to the tournament. We'll have the uniforms and the launch of the digital fixtures that will be on the Facebook page, and you can also get the players who were selected in case you missed it. All of that will be on the page as well. We'll see you on the 9th of December for the start of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament, the 4th edition. Remember, everybody's coming down to the stadium.